everyone. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. I actually was very sick last week and I had like the flu or something or strep, I don't know, but I ended up missing one of my video uploads, so I wanted to make up with it, but I was running really late on time, so we're actually going to be doing this one at my job today. I'm the only one in the office today, so I'm going to be doing another like makeup roundup type video and showing you guys all the newest products that have been releasing. And some of these are going to be from last week and some of them are from this week, but I am going to just do it now. Definitely a bit of a change of scenery, but this will be another fun video and I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, I have so many products to cover in this video, so we're gonna do this like rapid fire because I have a lot of things to talk about and to get through, so we're just gonna do this really quickly. All right, so the first product is a Pride product. So this is from Becca Cosmetics and this is a cake liner rainbow little palette. I think it's so cute. It looks like to be one of those water activated eyeliners, and of course you get all of the colors in the rainbow, and I just love it. I think it's so cute and a really good value. And one thing I actually love is they are actually splitting the profits with 4 different LGBTQIA plus nonprofits and charities, and I think that's an amazing thing because there's so many companies that, you know, jump on the whole Pride bandwagon and they're not donating or anything like that. So happy Pride Month to everybody, and I thought that this was a really cool product. Okay, this kind of like took my breath away when I first saw it. So this one is from, let's see, it's from Tammy Takuna. I don't know who that is, but this is beautiful. So they call this the Witch's Bath Palette, which name alone, I love the sound of that. That sounds so cool and spooky and edgy, but then like when you see the palette, it's so like rainbow and pastel and beautiful, and oh my gosh, it looks very prismatic is what I would call it. Like it looks like little pastel rainbows from a prism, and it looks beautiful. I don't know if this is supposed to be more of like either topper shadows or full-on shadows on their own, but they definitely do look very light and soft and shimmery and stuff like that. But these look so pretty. Like, oh my gosh, that looks so beautiful. Yeah, it looks like holographic bubbles. It's so pretty. Okay, next is a release from Patrick Ta. This is an eyeshadow palette. I think it's a very pretty palette. It's called the Major Dimension Eyeshadow Palette. The one thing I would say, like, I think this is their first palette, his first palette. So to me, like, the colors make sense when you're creating a brand to like come out with like a very like neutral or, you know, a very not basic type of palette, but you know, kind of like a mainstay kind of product. So that's what that palette really looks like to me. It definitely looks like really pretty. I like the colors of it, but as far as like it being anything unique as far as color story, it's definitely a pretty standard type of palette, but it does look very beautiful. It looks like there's also some cream products in there as well, and I like that they have the little clear window flap on that to keep the cream products separate from the powder products. So I love that. Packaging is really great, and it's just very classic and sleek looking. I feel like there's not a whole lot of personality to the palette, but I feel like that very clean, like luxury, like minimalistic look is definitely part of their brand of like their style aesthetic. So I think it looks really nice. I definitely don't think I'd be purchasing it though, and it looks like there are also some eyeliners there as well. They look really nice. I like the colors that they chose. I feel like those are very universally flattering types of colors that anyone could use. So I really like those, and I think that the rose gold like chrome just looks so nice for the packaging. Okay, so next a Norvina palette has come out. This is just a sneak peek. Let me find the actual product so I can show that better. Okay, so here is a better look at the palette itself. I have to say I really love the palette. I think that it's gorgeous. I feel like it looks nice and cohesive. The only thing is it just looks like a bigger upsized version of the original Norvina palette from like the ABH palette. So Norvina is like its own like subline of ABH, and I don't know, I have really not been vibing with a lot of the Norvina stuff because the colors just to me are so crazy out there. And I went through all the work of doing a palette switch video for some of the other bigger palettes that Norvina had released a while ago. I think it was last summer, and I was planning on doing a palette switch video, which I never ended up doing, but I do have the graphics for that, so I thought I would throw those in really quick in this video just to show you how much rearranging a color palette can change the way a palette looks, because when I saw those palettes, I thought that they were all over the place color-wise, and it just really kind of like I don't know, boggled my mind, and I wouldn't even know where to begin with a palette like that. But when I did the palette switch that I did, I was like, wow, these palettes are actually a lot prettier when I can see all the similar colors all together. So I'm gonna throw those in right here. There were, I think, 3 large palettes and maybe 3 mini palettes, but I think you can definitely see just how much of a difference the arrangement of color makes for a palette. And I definitely was not interested in purchasing any of those, but this one I feel like it has a much more cohesive color palette, so you wouldn't necessarily have to rearrange stuff as much, but I kind of want to do it too just because I love rearranging palettes. So this is what the original palette looks like, and this is my rearranged version of it. I just think having those similar colors together really lets you see the slight differences between colors, because there are a few colors in here that are very similar to each other, but when you see them directly right next to each other, they look completely different. So I think that that's something that makes a big difference with the design of a palette. But going back to this original palette, what I was saying is that it just looks like a bigger version of the ABH Norvina palette, which they already had, which I do like this, and I think it's very pretty. And if there was ever a Norvina palette that I would buy, it would probably be this one. But overall, I don't think I would be purchasing it just because, honestly, I don't need to buy any more makeup, but it is a beautiful, beautiful palette, and I think this is by far my favorite color story of all the Norvina ones, and I feel like it just, this fits, these colors look like Norvina. Okay, this next product I was super intrigued to see just because this brand, Becca Cosmetics, is gonna be going out of business very soon. I think they said in September-ish or so. So I was kind of surprised to see them launching a new product, you know, at the tail end of their company. But this one is called the High Angel Shimmering Skin Perfector, and I feel like this is a really beautiful one, and I feel like if they're going out with a bang, they definitely kind of did it with this one. It's so pretty packaging wise. It looks to be very similar to like, I don't know, like Vanilla Quartz or maybe Moonstone. And this is also one that is going to be donating to the Trevor Project for Pride Month, so I'm always happy to see stuff like that. So this is a very beautiful highlighter, and if it was on sale, I think I would buy it, but I might hang on just a little bit because I know they're gonna have to be discounting their stuff eventually, so I'm kind of holding out for that. All right, this next one is from Becca Cosmetics. Every month they do like a birthstone palette, and this one is for June, and it's Pearl. I really like this palette. I feel like that like shimmery color there, I can't see the name of the color, but it looks very pretty. I love the concept of these palettes a lot, especially since they are pretty affordable, and everybody loves like a Zodiac palette or a birthstone type of thing. Everybody likes that kind of like sort of, what's the word, like a personalized type of thing, and I can't wait to see what they do for October. That is my birth month, so I've got a while until that comes out, but I definitely like seeing every month what the different palettes look like, so definitely really fun. Okay, so next is from Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, and this is the, I think it's the Baden Rouge. Is that what the collection's called? This is so cute. I like the overall like concept of it and the packaging, and I really love the campaign photos that they did for that. But it looks like it's a large blush collection. I think she has powdered blush, pressed blush, stick blush, and then maybe some these lip colors maybe? I'm not sure. I thought it was very interesting that she decided to do a loose powder blush, because I feel like that is one of the most underutilized products ever in beauty, especially for me at least, because they just can be so messy, and I don't have the time or the patience to do that, especially if I'm just doing like quick makeup or makeup on the go. A powdered blush is never gonna be in the equation for me, but I love that she's doing something different, and I thought that the campaign photos were so beautiful, and really hoping that everything goes smoothly for her, because obviously stuff has been really bad in the past, so hopefully everything goes smoothly for her. I've never purchased anything from her, and to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of her, not in a negative way, like I don't like her, but I just don't know much about her, and I've never really cared for her videos too much, just wasn't my style, but I think that the collection looks really pretty, and yeah, I thought it was very, very nice and eye-catching. Okay, next is a big launch from Makeup by Mario. I've been seeing a whole bunch of videos on YouTube reviewing this. It kind of came in like this big little like drawer set kind of thing, but it looks like there's all kinds of things. It looks like blush, highlighter, bronzers, contour sticks or bronzer sticks, and blush sticks, all kinds of stuff. And the packaging is very like clean and simple and minimalistic, which on one hand I always like really minimalistic packaging, but on the other hand it also just kind of looks a little boring to me, and it gets like lost and forgotten. But I don't know, I kind of go both ways with minimalist packaging, but it does look very nice and clean. So they've got a lot of colors here, very pretty, and I like that there is actually like a brush, I believe. Yeah, here you can see there is a brush on the bottom of the stick product, so that's kind of cool. Nice having like the brush all in one. The powder, or are these creams? I can't tell. They might be powder, but these look very pretty. I love that mellow mauve color and the creamy peach. I feel like those are two like really pretty colors that would look good on me. And that poppy pink looks so pretty on the like light dark skin tone. I wish they would have like shown this on a dark skin toned model, because even though I have the quote unquote dark model there, she still has very considerably light skin comparatively. So I would have liked to see that more on a deeper, darker skin tone to see how these colors would look. But yeah, they've got a lot of really nice sculpting types of products as well. So it looks really nice, but overall I don't think I am super interested in it. But yeah, I think it looks like a really nice collection. Okay, another Morphe palette. This is like their Pride. So they are also teaming up with Trevor Project, so that is always good to see. I have to say, I actually kind of like this palette. I'm typically not a big fan of rainbow palettes just because they seem a little bit too, I don't know, just too much for me, but this one has a lot of nice rainbow colors without it being those like super bright neon types of colors. I feel like there's a lot of grounding colors in here, like with those deeper greens in there, the shimmers, and then of course having some of the neutral colors worked in there. I feel like it's a really nicely done rainbow palette, and it actually like is something that I feel like I could see myself buying. I don't think I will be purchasing this, but it's a really nicely done rainbow palette without being like super garish and like really out there, but I think it looks nice. Yeah, overall I feel like the color selection was a really nicely done one, and yeah, I really like that one. I think it looks great. I don't know who that palette is by. Maybe it's from the brand Amour? Hard to tell. It looks like it's called the Macaron Magic, and anything macaron is like gonna get me. So this is beautiful. Okay, this is like another sort of rainbow pastel type of palette. It's a very large palette though, and it seems like they have quite a few of those like kind of glitter, like suspended glitter type shadows in there. I can't tell if that's what that is or not, but overall I like the color arrangement as well. I feel like they did a good job at keeping like more of the cool tones together, more of the warm tones together, and not just going like all over the place with their crazy color. So I like that they did a semi-cohesive color arrangement, so I definitely like that. I don't know if there are any swatches though. I would love to see that, but I just thought that was a really cute palette that caught my eye. Okay, dipping into the luxury just a bit. This is from Givenchy, and this is their Love collection, and this is for fall. I don't know if it's coming out in August, so a little while until this one comes out. Overall, nothing in here is like super unique. I feel like it looks like all of their regular stuff just kind of like reskinned for a collection, but it looks like some cute stuff there. But Givenchy is definitely going to be out of my price range, so totally just, I don't know, I wanted to include some stuff in here that were different than everything I'd loved, but yeah, this one definitely just doesn't speak to me in any way. Okay, this one, I have talked about this brand before in I believe one of my last videos, and I can't remember if I talked about this palette or not, so I'm just gonna go through it quickly. This is from Odin's Eye Cosmetics, and this is the Alva 2 series, and this is a beautiful palette. Oh my gosh, this one's beautiful. Like, I love those minty greens and the pastel-y blues, and mixed with like the warm like orange and the purples. This is a really, really pretty palette, and the more I see this company, the more I'm like, I've got to try something. So I thought that palette was just absolutely beautiful. Okay, so this next palette is a large one. This one is from City Color Cosmetics, and it's called the Beauty Novel Spring Edition. It's $15 for this whole palette, and this is a really pretty palette. Again, there's like a few colors I feel like I would switch around, you know, just the arrangement of, but overall I feel like it's a pretty good palette, and I love the little embossings that they're doing. I feel like that looks so nice. I know I talked about that before in one of the past videos, but embossing is like a way to really make your product look a lot more expensive, or just it's got a nicer touch to it. And again, it doesn't have to be like every shadow. I feel like it's too much if you do every shadow, but I love these just little embossings that they're doing, and I don't know, it really makes a product stand out. So this is a really pretty palette, and the swatches look amazing, and you can kind of see a little peek of the palette design behind there in the swatch picture, and I love the way that looks. That like gold embossing is beautiful, and the swatches look pretty good, and for 15 bucks I feel like that would be a really, really good deal for a palette. if it really truly works as good as those swatches look. So this is definitely a really pretty palette that caught my eye. Okay, here's just a quick one that I saw that just always mesmerizes me. This is from Becca Cosmetics. It is a color changing gel eyeshadow. This just looks bananas. The multi-chromes will never cease to amaze me. I've never tried one yet, but these look crazy pretty. This is from Coven Beauty Company, I believe, and it is like a coffin shaped palette, which I think is so cute. I used to be like an emo goth girl back in the day, and so there's always that little remnant of me that loves to see stuff like this, and it's just so cute. Again, they've done the little embossing on the shadows, which look nice, and it looks like there are 2 face products in there as well, maybe a highlighter and like a deeper highlighter, or maybe like a bronzer. It's hard for me to tell. I think the palette like shape is super cute. I love more of the shape of it than the artwork on here, but I think it's definitely really cute and like going in the right direction. So this one just looked so much fun. Okay, and this one just came out after I did my last video, and this is from Becca Cosmetics, and I was talking all about cream blushes being like the thing right now. Lo and behold, another cream blush product. So this is from, like I said, Becca Cosmetics. It's the Silk Tone Cream Blushes. These look, I love the outer box of them. I love the packaging of them. It's very cute. It kind of gives me a very like K-beauty kind of look or feel to it, which I love, but these look so pretty. And another thing from P. Louise, her colored bases are like pretty much what she's known for. I've never tried them, but I think that they're so cool and they look very pretty. The only thing is I feel like they were a little bit more expensive. I don't see the price on here, but I feel like that was what was kind of keeping me back. So I'm hoping like maybe, I think there was another company in here that had similar type products that were a lower price point. So I would definitely be interested, but these colors are so beautiful. Okay, and another Barbie collection. This is from Australis or Australis. I believe that's a Australia company, but there has been another Barbie palette, especially right off the heels of the ColourPop palette. So this one feels a little more lackluster compared to the ColourPop collection, but I still think it's a really fun palette, and I love especially this area here, those like kind of like acid pastels almost. They are so pretty, but then you've got like a lot more grounding, very like pink Barbie colors there. So I like the palette, and I just loved that they threw in that like neon-y chartreuse. I feel like that was a really fun pop, because without that, if I just cover it up, it's just not as fun. So that color was definitely a lot. So it looks like they did have a few more items in the collection. Looks like they had some lip glosses and maybe a setting spray. So yeah, that is the Barbie collection. Okay, this is what I was thinking about. Glamlight has come out with some eyeshadow bases as well, and one thing I noticed a lot of people were saying is that this totally looks like it came from Beauty Bakery, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of totally get that vibe as well. I probably would have thought this was Beauty Bakery as well had I not known it was Glamlight, but they have a lot of these like natural nude different variations of like nude eyeshadows. What are they calling these? Eyeshadow bases. So this would be like a good like everyday. They go all the way from like a super white one to a deeper kind of like a milk chocolatey kind of color. So I thought those looked really nice, and I thought they did a really good job with that, and I thought that they were super cute, and I could totally see myself picking up maybe one of these. And it looks like they are either, I don't know if that's $10 before a discount or $10 with a discount, but somewhere around that price. But I thought these were just absolutely stunning. Okay, this palette was very interesting. This is from Voss, and this is called, I don't even know what this palette is called. Come on guys, tell me what this palette is called. Either way, this is what it looks like. It is a blue palette with 2 oranges, and I don't know why, but this is another one of those cases where I feel like there's a lot of colors, like, okay, this color here and this color here look very similar. Then those 2 dark blues look very similar, and then these 2 up here look very similar. This is definitely one of those cases where I feel like they could have cut out half the colors and still got the overall vibe of this palette. Even still, it's a small palette to begin with, but I feel like there's just a lot of color repetition here. And just for fun, we're gonna do a quick palette switch video. So let's see, this is the original, and this is what it looks like with the colors swapped around a bit. So I definitely think you can see a bit more of the similarities in this palette when they're right next to each other. Overall, still a really pretty palette, but not one I feel like I would get a whole lot of use out of just because I don't wear blue eyeshadow too much. It's just one of those things that I can do it, but it doesn't look good on me. Okay, this next one was a huge palette that I was like, I really, really want this one. This one is from Melon Cosmetics. It's called the Brunette palette, or maybe Brunette, but I think it's Brunette. But it's very, very pretty. Oh my gosh, these colors are just, Melt does it every time. I swear, they are one of those companies that I want to own like every palette from them. I think I only have two. I have the Smoke Sessions and the Gemini palette, and I love those. They're so beautiful, and I just want everything. This one kind of reminds me of like the Mary Jane palette that they just released. I'd have to see them side by side to see what they really like look like together. But both of those palettes I would love to have. Another new palette, this is from Glamlight and Michaela from TikTok. I have only recently seen a few of her videos, so I wasn't following her and I didn't really know too much about her, but this palette is very beautiful. Again, it kind of dips its toe into like a rainbow palette without looking exactly like a rainbow palette, especially since it doesn't seem to have any reds in it, which I don't mind because red eyeshadow just never looks good on me, so I don't mind not having the reds. But this is so pretty. I love it. This is a beautiful palette. She did such a good job, and it is a larger palette, and sometimes I feel like larger palettes can be very chaotic with the amount of colors that they try to cram into it, but I feel like this is very tasteful, and this is beautiful. She did a great job. Those purples are stunning. The swatches look amazing. The palette looks beautiful, so absolutely good job for her. I think she did a wonderful job. Okay, another Morphe product. This one just really, I don't know why, I love it. I love it. This is the Melon Poppin palette from Morphe, and this is so cute. I feel like I might try to like create my own out of my Coastal Scents Hot Pots that I have, single shadows, because this would be a really easy palette to dupe. And I just like the theme of it. I like the way it looks, but I know, again, like I was saying, red eyeshadow. I don't wear red eyeshadow too much, so I don't feel like I would get too much use out of this, but it's beautiful. And let's see, it looks like it's $12, or you can get it for $7, so it's a really cute palette, but I don't think I'm gonna get it. I think I might try to just recreate it and kind of get my fix that way. Okay, this one I talked about, so I'm going to just keep it short, but I didn't realize this was actually kind of duping the Bloodlust palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. That completely like went over my head. Now that I see it, I'm like, oh, that's totally what they're duping. So I know I already talked about that one, but I wanted to put that in there just because went right over my head. Okay, this is from, who's this from? Makeup Revolution, of course, and this is Bratz. I loved Bratz so much. I was definitely more of a Barbie girl than Bratz, but I definitely played with Bratz and had a couple of them, and they were like so, like they're like what fashion is today. Like they were so far ahead of their time, like with a funky, like fun, crazy out there fashion. I feel like Bratz is truly iconic, so I love that they have a collection kind of doing that. Again, going back, I would rearrange some of these colors. I would definitely rearrange some of them to make them a little bit more cohesive looking, but the palette's definitely cool. I know there's more palettes, so I'm gonna try to find those real quick. Okay, here's some more of the other palettes, and these are definitely very interesting shaped. They're kind of like a trapezoid type shape. A lot of different colors, and it looks like they're based on like the different girls and stuff, which is so cute. Again, the packaging really makes it stand out, but I don't know if I like that shape, but it's definitely interesting. But I don't know. I don't think I would buy this. Again, similar with like the Barbie thing, like I appreciate it so much, but it's not really something I need, and it feels a little, I don't know. It's very cute, but I don't think I would use it too often. But I love it. I love to see it, and it looks really fun. The only thing is it looks like there are a lot of light colors in there, and I don't know, like, I feel like these are very pastel-y type colors, and I feel like I would like to see a little bit more depth to the palettes, because I feel like these are not going to work on anyone of a significantly deeper skin tone without looking ashy. But they are pretty palettes, but nothing that I feel like I would have to purchase. Okay guys, I have so many more products I would love to talk about, but this video is getting way too long. I'm gonna try to cut it down to hopefully around 20 minutes because no one likes to watch my long videos anyway, but especially if they're super, super long. So we're just gonna call it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope the sound and everything wasn't too different. Definitely there's a lot of outside noise as well. But I wanted to get a video up for you guys. I'm still kind of getting over like the congestion and like the weird voice sounds and stuff. So I hope that wasn't too annoying or too distracting distracting for this video, but I wanted to get a video up, and this was really kind of the only time I was going to be able to get one done because I am going to be going on vacation, and I'm going to do my best to try to pre-film some stuff, but if it doesn't happen, I apologize. And yeah, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.